It's been over 2 years since the federal government legalized single-game sports betting with the passing of Bill C-218. Since then, gambling advertisements have taken over airwaves and have become fully intertwined with professional sports. And while many have called the policy change a win, given that legalized betting helps combat the black market, there are many voices who want to curb the prominence of gambling ads on TV and online. Joining us now to discuss the ongoing debate over gambling ads is Fin Depencier, journalist with Canadian Affairs. Fin, thank you very much for joining us.
Yep. Thanks, David.
One of the main arguments for legalizing single game sports betting was to help combat the black market. Do we have any figures on if it has worked so far?
Yeah, so this really was the primary reason behind legalization to allow regulated betting operators to do this business instead of black market operators. And so in
Mhm.
before Bill C-218 was passed in 2021, there was around $1 billion in operator profit being sent abroad every single year.
Mhm.
And it wasn't necessarily a black market. People in the industry refer to it as a gray market because these companies located abroad, often in the United States, they were doing something illegal because it's illegal to all gambling is illegal in Canada unless it's regulated by the provinces, but they were outside the reach of Canadian prosecution. And on the consumer side, there's
Yep.
nothing illegal about Canadians making a deposit. So it was a bit of a gray area.
Okay. And I mean, of course, one of the benefits of legalization is that legal bets generate revenue for the government. How much money is being made by provinces post legalization?
Yeah, so I don't have the figures across the country, but I do know about Ontario, which went a step further
Mhm.
than all the other provinces. So after Bill C-218 was passed, Ontario created a regulated framework for all online gambling. And this is something that the industry has been lobbying provincial governments to do for more than 2 decades, because in the age of the internet, it's really impossible to prevent a Canadian from placing a bet on one of these websites. So in
Mhm.
Ontario's first year of legalization, it saw about there was about $1.4 billion in betting operator revenue, and all
Mhm.
operators are required to enter into a revenue sharing contract with iGaming Ontario. It's a crown corporation essentially, and they take
Yep.
20%. So that came out to around $280 million in government revenues. Of that 280 million,
Okay.
around 25% was from single event sports betting. So around $70 million that can be traced back to C 218 in government coffers.
And what are some of the main arguments made by those who want to ban gambling ads?
Well, I think the primary argument is that betting gambling is a detrimental addictive practice. So, according to Stats Canada, around two-thirds of Canadians reported betting in the last year. And of last
Mhm.
year gamblers, around 1.6% are at risk of developing some kind of problem related to gambling. There's also the argument that all these gambling advertisements have turned sports broadcasts into a casino experience, and that's damaging the integrity of the game. People aren't watching necessarily because they love their team, but because they're trying to make a quick buck, and many people see that as unsavory.
But but the leagues aren't making that argument, correct? Because they've all partnered for the most part with these betting apps or websites.
That's absolutely right. The leagues are embracing this. They have official sportsbook partners, as do the teams.
Mhm.
So the industry is there's very much an embracement from the sports leagues.
And one of the issues has been the perceived excessiveness of these ads. We have about 30 seconds left. Do you know what Canadians think about the frequency of these gambling ads?
Yeah, around 48% of Canadians say that the amount of ads they're seeing on sports broadcasts are excessive. That was according to an Ipsos poll in January. But we're gearing up for the fight over C269, which will seeks to ban all advertising, and we're going to find out in the next few months what happens next.
Well, thank you very much for joining us on Forum Daily today. We really appreciate it.